Chrissy Lampkin's tale has taken yet another dramatic turn, and Brooke Bailey has come forward to tell it like it is this time. For weeks, fans of hip-hop culture and reality TV have been glued to the television, observing how Chrissy's choice caused mayhem, strained friendships, and made everyone doubt their allegiances. The matter has now reached a completely new level once Brooke broke her silence. The statement from Brooke arrived via open Instagram Live in which she confronted Chrissy's behavior. She said that although she had always thought of Chrissy as a friend, this most recent choice caught her off guard. She called the move unexpected and startling. Brooke claims that Chrissy's decision had an impact on more than just her private life. It rippled through their social circle, creating tension and mistrust among people who had once been close. Fans saw right away that Brooke's voice was solid and serene. She didn't hold back, implying that the public was still unaware of certain information. Making a personal decision is one thing, but when it affects the lives of others, it's quite another. According to Chrissy Brooke, it becomes alarming when you don't even think about them. Online, the response was immediate. Fans praised Brooke's sincerity and genuineness after videos of her live performances went viral. Remarks came in from folks who thought Brooke was at last being honest about Chrissy's actions. Brooke is stating the truth. "I've been waiting for someone to call this out," a user said. Others were split, defending Chrissy and saying that Brooke was overreacting, but the majority appeared interested in the idea that there was more beneath the surface than previously revealed. According to insiders, Brooke's candor could cause even more tension in the background. According to sources, Chrissy has been planning her response and has been aware of Brooke's plans to go public. It's unclear if this will result in a direct conflict or a string of passive-aggressive social media messages, but one situation is evident. Fans are excited to follow this story as it develops. Another important aspect of Brooke's revelation is its timeliness. Chrissy's previous decisions had already caused her to lose friends and cast members. Additionally, Brooke's public remarks exacerbate the situation. There has been a lot of conjecture on social media over Chrissy's next move, who will support them, and whether the aftermath will change their friendship group as the narrative progresses. One thing is for sure, the world is keeping a careful eye on Brooke Bailey's disclosures, which have been made possible by her speaking up. Nowadays, fans are connected to social media, prepared to analyze as this dramatic chapter develops. Brooke and Chrissy's words, posts, and actions all matter. Nobody anticipated the tension to escalate to this extent, even though it had been building for weeks. At last, Brooke Bailey made the decision to speak up, and the timing was quite explosive. Sources close to the group claim that Brooke had been keeping quiet for months in an effort to stay out of the turmoil surrounding Chrissy Lampkin. However, following Chrissy Brooke's most recent action, enough is enough. Brooke sat quietly and seemed solemn during a late-night Instagram Live. When she talked about Chrissy's startling behavior, she didn't mince words. Anything. She said, "I've known Chrissy for years. Furthermore, I never imagined that I would have to confront my own friend." However, when your choices impact not only your life, but also the lives of others or everyone in your immediate vicinity, you are unable to remain silent. Brooke continued by explaining that Chrissy had made a decision that caught a number of people in their social circle off guard, shattering trust and friendships. The comment area of Brooke's live stream exploded in a matter of minutes as people speculated about what Chrissy had done behind closed doors, even if she didn't provide every detail. Supporters complimented her for being truthful and referred to her as the voice of reason amid pandemonium. Some remarked, "Finally, someone is speaking the truth," while others were torn, defending Chrissy and questioning why Brooke had waited so much to say. Brooke, though, remained steadfast. She was very clear that she didn't want to create any more trouble. It aimed to draw attention to acts that she believed to be cruel and unjust. Sources disclosed that Chrissy was aware of Brooke's intention to speak up behind closed doors. Tensions had been brewing, according to people close to the incident. With Chrissy feeling deceived by Brooke, even thinking about going public, Brooke believed she had no other option. "This isn't personal. It's about honesty. If I don't say something now, I will always regret it." The story was swiftly shared on social media. Videos from Brooke's live stream went viral, igniting contentious conversations on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Supporters started examining every statement, pause, and facial expression in an effort to find hints regarding Chrissy's precise actions. There was conjecture about everything from professional disputes to personal betrayals, with some speculating that the consequences would have a positive impact on relationships. Outside of their close social circle, influencers and celebrities started to express their ideas and take sides. Some defended Brooke, applauding her courage for speaking forward. Others chastised her for perhaps intensifying the conflict. However, it was indisputable that Brooke's disclosure had reignited public interest in Chrissy's contentious decisions by reopening a chapter that many believed had been closed. At the conclusion of the evening, it was evident that Brooke Bailey's voice had changed the story. Fans were eagerly awaiting the next development in this protracted drama, as Chrissy responded to what had once been a private dispute between pals. Everyone's question: how would Chrissy respond to Brooke's charges, and what consequences would follow for their circle of friends? There was no doubt that this story was far from over. The internet was ablaze the morning following Brooke Bailey's dramatic live feed. Videos showing her criticizing Chrissy Lampkin's startling action went viral and received millions of views on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Fans were studying every word, every tone, and every facial expression, trying to figure together precisely what Chrissy had Brooke eventually say after doing it. Insiders claim that a live stream was not the end of the strain. According to reports, Chrissy was incensed that Brooke had gone public and was taken aback by the revelation. According to people close to the incident, she attempted to speak with Brooke privately before the live stream in an attempt to resolve the matter amicably, but Brooke refused to back down. "I've been patient long enough," she allegedly said to friends. Fans conjectured wildly about what Chrissy's startling action might have been. The truth needs to come out, and I'm not scared to say it. While some implied professional treachery, others indicated it concerned personal betrayal within their close group. Sabotage or information leaks that damaged the reputations of others. Whatever the specifics, the consequences were felt right away. Commentary, speculations, and discussions filled social media, and trending hashtags like #BrookeSpeaksOut and #ChrissyDrama emerged. Across the country, even people of the entertainment industry started chiming in. Some reality TV stars commended Brooke for her bravery and candor, highlighting the importance of advocating for oneself, and others as crucial in a society where public opinion can have a significant impact. Others disapproved of her strategy, saying that going public would simply increase hostilities and make reconciliation more difficult. However, Brooke refused to get sidetracked by the critics. She intensified her efforts, publishing updates on her tales that suggested more would be revealed, hinting at details she said would completely reveal Chrissy's behavior. Chrissy, meanwhile, posted generic, seemingly unrelated stuff on social media while remaining largely silent. From the dispute, the alteration was instantly observed by fans. Her typical posts on events, friendships, or behind-the-scenes looks at her life were conspicuously missing. The quiet paired with Brooke's live feed created even more conjecture and kept viewers riveted to each account, anticipating a response. Mutual friends were caught in the midst, according to insiders. Many felt divided between allegiance to Chrissy and loyalty to Brooke. Some reportedly attempted to arbitrate in secret, asking both women to settle the issue without making it public, unsure whether to remain impartial or take sides. However, Brooke allegedly declined, citing the necessity to reveal the truth and the failure of private mediation. As the day went on, additional purportedly leaked screenshots and communications appeared, fueling the flames. Some admirers asserted that they had witnessed evidence of misunderstandings, private discussions, and even instances that implied Chrissy's choice had more far-reaching effects than anyone had first thought. In the meantime, media attention grew more intense. Brooke's live feed was swiftly picked up by entertainment blogs and gossip websites, expanding the audience for her statement and solidifying the story as one of the most talked about celebrity scandals in recent memory. Brooke sat composedly during a late-night Instagram live, her face serious, as she talked about Chrissy's startling behavior. She didn't sugarcoat anything. "I've known Chrissy for years," she stated. "Furthermore, I never imagined that I would need to call out my personal companion. However, you cannot remain silent when your choices impact not just your own life, but also the lives of those around you. You are unable to remain silent." Brooke continued by stating that Chrissy had made a decision that surprised a number of people in their social circle, shattering trust and friendships. Her suggestions were enough to throw fans into a frenzy, even though she didn't disclose every detail, conjecturing about Chrissy's private activities. Within minutes, Brooke's live stream's comment area exploded. Her honesty was praised by fans, who referred to her as the voice of reason amid mayhem. Some said, "Finally, someone." Others disagreed, questioning why Brooke had waited so long to speak up and defending Chrissy. Brooke, though, remained steadfast. She clarified that her goal was not to create further drama. It aimed to draw attention to acts that she believed to be cruel and unjust. Sources disclosed that Chrissy was aware of Brooke's intention to speak up behind closed doors. Tensions had been brewing, according to people close to the incident. Chrissy felt deceived by Brooke and even contemplated going public, but Brooke thought she had no other option. According to reports, she said to pals, "This isn't social media swiftly picking up the news. Personal. It's about integrity. If I don't say something now, I'll regret it forever." Clips from Brooke's live stream went viral, igniting intense debates on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Fans started dissecting every word, pause, and emotion in an attempt to figure out precisely what Chrissy had done. Celebrities and influencers started to weigh in, offering their thoughts and taking sides. Speculation varied from personal betrayals to professional disagreements, with some speculating that the consequences could affect relationships well beyond their immediate circle. While some applauded Brooke for her bravery in speaking up, others condemned her for possibly exacerbating the problem. However, it was indisputable that Brooke's admission had reopened. By the conclusion of the evening, it was evident that Brooke Bailey's coming up had changed the narrative, rekindling public interest in Chrissy's contentious decisions in a chapter that many believed had been closed. Fans were waiting impatiently for the next development in this ongoing drama, and Chrissy had to answer to the public fight between pals. Everyone was wondering how Chrissy would respond to Brooke's claims. And one thing was certain, this story was far from finished. The internet was ablaze the morning following Brooke Bailey's spectacular live stream, with videos of her speaking out about Chrissy Lampkin's startling action went viral, garnering millions of views on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Fans were analyzing every word, tone, and facial expression in an attempt to determine precisely what Chrissy had done that caused Brooke to finally speak. Insiders claimed that the tension continued after the live stream, with Chrissy apparently upset that Brooke had gone public and felt taken aback by the exposure. Said that she had made an effort to get in touch with Brooke privately before to the live stream in an attempt to resolve the situation amicably, but Brooke refused to back down. She allegedly told friends, "I've been patient long enough. The reality is, I'm not afraid to state that it must come out." Fans conjectured wildly about what Chrissy's startling action might have been, with some speculating that it might have entailed personal treachery among their friends, while others hinted at regardless of the specifics. The consequences from professional sabotage or information leaks that damaged other people's reputations was instantaneous. Social media was inundated with arguments, speculations, and opinion. And hashtags like #BrookeSpeakUp and the animosity between Brooke and Chrissy now dominated online discussions as the hashtag the Chrissy drama gained national attention. Viewers argued over who was actually at fault, with some defending Chrissy and saying Brooke was exaggerating, while others applauded Brooke's courage for pointing out what they saw as betrayal. Nevertheless, Brooke stayed true to her story, which emphasized honesty, responsibility, and exposing actions that affected many others. By the evening, it was evident that Brooke's choice to speak up had changed how the public saw Chrissy. Friends, admirers, and even business insiders were suddenly asking. People were now anxiously awaiting Chrissy's next move, whether she would react, apologize, or retaliate. While Brooke's courage and credibility were warmly commended, the drama between Brooke Bailey and Chrissy Lampkin was only getting worse, with tensions high and the internet keeping a close eye on it. As the days passed, no one could anticipate how or when it would eventually end. Following Brooke Bailey's shocking disclosures, the tension only grew, and Chrissy Lynn's silence fueled rumors as fans and media outlets analyzed every post, story, and like. Sources close to Chrissy disclosed that it was evident that the aftermath from Brooke's live stream was a full-fledged scandal, with repercussions rippling through their entire group. She was struggling behind the scenes. Friends say she was startled, hurt, and frustrated, not just by Brooke coming out, but by the public nature of it. Chrissy never anticipated Brooke to go live, One insider claims she wanted to handle it in private, but now that it's publicly visible, she feels as like her trust has been betrayed in front of millions of people. In the meantime, Brooke didn't waver or change her position. She kept followers on edge by hinting at more details she hadn't yet disclosed in follow-up articles, emphasizing that this wasn't about drama for amusement, but rather accountability and making sure that everyone impacted by Chrissy's actions. "I didn't come out here to start trouble," Brooke stated in a brief video clip. "I came out here to speak the truth. That's all." The strain apparently reached a breaking point among their social circle, with mutual acquaintances caught in the middle, receiving messages from both sides, and finding it difficult to remain impartial. Some attempted to mediate, setting up conversations and secret meetings, but the wounds were severe. Insiders claimed that trust had been shattered and that it would require a great deal of work and honesty to mend it. Speculation on social media continued to explode. Some fans backed Chrissy, claiming that Brooke was exaggerating or distorting the incident, while others examined previous episodes, footage, and interviews in an attempt to piece together the whole picture. Agreed with Brooke, hailing her courage and honesty. The argument became so fierce that hashtags like #TeamBrooke and #Team-Christ were trending simultaneously, with thousands weighing in every day. In addition to fan reactions, industry professionals started voicing their opinions. Reality TV pundits and influencers pointed out that Brooke's decision to go public would have long-term effects for Chrissy's career and public image, depending on how the debate developed. Some indicated that networks and producers should reevaluate casting decisions or plots. Others pointed out that Brooke's candor might encourage other cast members to speak up, thus paving the way for other discoveries. Brooke stayed committed to her message despite the mounting tension, urging viewers to think about the bigger picture rather than simply the drama. "It's about accountability. It's about realizing that your choices impact not just you," she added. "Even though it's difficult to see, I hope people learn from this." Meanwhile, Chrissy's response or lack thereof became a story in and of itself, with fans and analysts speculating on every small action she took online, from like a post to subtly updating a story. Some insiders speculated that she was meticulously preparing her next move, perhaps preparing a statement or live response to defend her reputation and explain her actions. Others saw them as clues or attempts at damage management. Drama reached a breaking point when rumors began to circulate about possible off-camera altercations.